Good evening and welcome to another episode of Indeed, the Independent Wrestling Podcast, where every week Righteous Reg and I talk to some great folks from all around the world of independent wrestling. We missed last week. We both got double sick. It's the first time it's ever happened. There's been some horrible cold just killing everybody lately, so we got victimized by it last week, but we're back. Reg, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. Very excited to be here. Feeling better after what Mike described last week. Terrible stuff. But we are here. We're virtual. Everybody's here. Very excited about this. We got some very, very, very special guests here today, Mike. I mean, when you talk about the new independent wrestling tag team around here, cameras get knocked out.
Wait, hold on. I accidentally unplugged it.
Blowing our spot.
What is this? What is this camera?
He's flexed too hard.
What is
this? This cam. Oh, that's my virtual.
Is that your under desk camera? What is that for?
That's my hidden cam. I put that in my guest room.
Switch to covert mode or something.
Okay, we're back. We're back. All right.
You want to talk about double sick? Well, you've got some double sick guests in Mason, Madden and Mansoor. MXM.
There we go. Hell yeah. We've had everyone on this show, comedians, videographers, wrestlers. We've first time having models. This is awesome.
It's crazy.
And I think that's kind of a great place to start because you guys took like a gimmick that was presented to you and you kind of just ran with something that a lot of people would have gone about. And no, you owned it. You ate it, as the kids would say these days.
We ate that up.
Crumbs.
Yep. But so now you're out in the independent wrestling world. There's tons of interviews out there that are going to that get into your time in WWE. But we're here to talk about independent wrestling. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And you were something I'd like to bring up real quick is something one of our guests said about you a few weeks ago. So I'll leave it into the wise words of Effie.
People have said, what's the deal with Mason Mansoor? Are they gay? They are not gay. But the rules with Big Gay Brunch are this: you either need to be an LGBTQ talent on the come up, or you need to be something that the people want to see. And they have, I've been watching a lot of their Twitch shows. These guys are hilarious. They have the attitude I want. They have the charisma and the uniqueness, nerve, and talent that I want. They're coming in to do the work. Mansoor goes way back with Dark Sheik, with Hood Slam, with that crew. Mace is just one of the funniest dudes I've ever seen perform live. And fans are clamoring to see, once they've seen them on TV and seen what they've been doing, they want to see Bussy next to Mason Mansoor, and we're going to give them what they want. I'm a promoter in the sense that I want to sell tickets to the show, and this is a match that people want to see. This is one of their first appearances as a team together, and I think they're ready to show the world that they're going to put in the work too. They're not here for just a short little nostalgia run. Mason Mansoor wants to go out and continue doing weird stuff, wild stuff. Obviously, they showed up at Deadlock Pro, which was incredible because that's a whole different Mason Mansoor than we're used to getting, a very intense, very focused version. But I hope with this match, you're going to see a lot of wrestling in it, obviously, because Allie forces me to do a lot of wrestling. But you're also going to get the goofiness, the fun, the parade of fashion, and the magic that a big gay brunch promises.
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't know they didn't know we weren't gay. I was really worried. I thought we were gonna have to go undercover for a bit.
I love it. That's what we do here at Indeed. We give relief so people know off rip. Effie gave up exactly what it is with Big Gay Brunch.
That is so awesome.
A huge weight off of our shoulders.
That was really
Effie is amazing.
What an incredible and kind thing to say about us. We appreciate that. I think is 100% right. I think that is a match that people want to see big time. I remember when the announcement came out, it got like a tremendous reaction. People were going crazy. And this is, in fact, even though it's not our first appearance as a tag team, it is our first appearance as our maximum alter egos. So Effie was correct in saying, yes, we went to Deadlock Pro Wrestling, and that was a very focused, intense, work rate sort of style that we like to do. But at the same time, I like to call ourselves Swiss Army wrestlers because we can do pretty much anything. We can have that crazy, fucking 5-star match, and we can also go out there as the male models and just be the most entertaining, funny, incredible act that you could possibly see. So whether it's one weekend at DPW or one weekend at GCW or Effie's, we do it all and we excel at it.
You're gonna get both sides of our duality in the past 2 weeks. You got us at DPW. You're gonna get us at Effie's Big Gay Brunch, and it's gonna be a completely different show. We're going to have so much fun. I think this was Mansoor, was this the first big announcement of a show that we were on?
It was, yes. I remember because the reaction
was
crazy.
Early and we were kind of worried. We were like, "Ooh, are we gonna get in trouble for this?" And then we stopped caring about getting in trouble because we were already fired.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Sounds like you guys
Rebels.
stayed in trouble, honestly, with all the clips up in here. I'm like, were you guys not in trouble ever?
We're
not in trouble.
Yeah.
It wasn't our fault. It wasn't our fault, to quote the great Gene Snitsky.
Yeah. Hey, in that Effie clip, I want to start because you guys are, some of you back are in the independent wrestling scene and just kind of starting on the independent wrestling scene. Mansoor, you here? I live in Oakland, California.
Oh,
so
sweet.
I'm Bay Area boy. I've been to some wrestling shows here that have a shrine to you. Like,
What?
There's like, they're like, Manny, he's the man. He's the, like, I've been to places where
is it like the Rat Hole in Chicago?
Where are you finding these? Because I'd like to go.
I think one was at a place that we've trashed on our podcast before, East Bay Pro Wrestling, but they have like a little Manny shrine. And there's a couple other places that are just like, they love you here in the Bay Area. And recently you had that match with Dark Sheik.
Yes.
And in Hood Slam, another place where they love you. Talk to us about kind of the Bay Area's love for you, because there's a certain kind of energy when your name comes up around here.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know that I wasn't just some Saudi local who got picked up and had my first match with Claudio Castagnoli or in the biggest battle royal ever. I did have a little bit of an indie run. I started training when I was 18 years old, living in the Bay Area. I'd finish school. I'd take the bus to a ferry because I lived in Alameda. You know Alameda, right, Reg? It's this like island. And then from Alameda, I'd ride my bike to Oakland through a tunnel to go to Stoner U, where the Stoner Brothers trained me. And it's always so funny when I talk about my time at Stoner U and Hood Slam, because this is like such an incredible party environment.
Yeah.
And drinks are shared, blunts are shared, like everything's been shared. But I've always been squeaky clean.
He's straight edge.
I don't
His
drink.
Only addiction.
I don't smoke.
Competition.
My only addiction is competition and other things I can't name on air. But
yeah,
I will say that the time that I came up in the Bay Area, wrestling at places like Hood Slam, East Bay Pro Wrestling, and various other promotions. Were great learning experiences, and I'm so incredibly happy that I get to come back now after the time that I spent in WWE and everything I learned in WWE. It's so crazy to me because I remember, not at Hood Slam obviously because they take care of their people, but I would do shows for free. I'd build the ring and I just hope to get on. If I was lucky, I'd get $20, and that would cover gas and maybe an In-N-Out meal. And now I get to fly over from Orlando and get treated like the fucking king. Which, is super cool, but really the only thing I really care about is that I get to wrestle people I want to wrestle. And I remember talking to Sheik, and I was like, my first match back, it's got to be you, because you were my last match in Hood Slam. I turned 18 that show, and then I was sort of ferried off to New York, as they like to call it. And now I come back for a full circle sort of old chapter closing, new chapter opening kind of deal. I'm incredibly proud of that match, and Sheik has always been an incredible performer, and she's given me 2 of my best matches, so, I can't say enough good things about her.
Love that. On the flip side for you, Mason, like how hearing about like Hood Slam and all these, kind of stepping out and, seeing DPW, you guys are about to step into GCW, with this like big kind of first like real foray out into the modern independent landscape now after being signed for so many years. What's that like on your side?
Honestly, it's just been a matter of going out and seeing all of these places and seeing all these people who are doing this so well and so professionally. You always hear horror stories about the independents. my prestigious independent career that took place over the course of a year, only in one reality of wrestling in Houston, Texas, I only experienced kind of like the WWE environment, because even Booker at that point was just running a show like WWE runs a show. So it was a very easy transition for me. But to go to places like DPW, to go to places like we're going to be at GCW, and to see them, thriving and doing their own thing, their own way, it's very like liberating, because you kind of get smothered by the system that you're a part of for all this time. And to be able to go out and see that there's life elsewhere, and to be able to like enjoy yourself and have fun. Like, I'm actually excited to go to work when we go on the weekends, which is a completely different experience than I'm used to in the past couple of years.
Yeah, we're having a blast.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No worries. I just wanted to say, like, I have never felt this fulfilled doing my job. WWE, the best thing about WWE is that they pay you a shit ton of money, but for 99% of it, you're absolutely miserable. Like, they find a way to take fucking play fighting in spandex and make it not fun. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Not really shitting on them, because they took very good care of us. The roof over my daughter and my wife's head is because of them and the opportunities they provided us. So 100% no sour grapes there. What I mean to say is, man, being able to come out and we always say, like, we need to make W's for ourselves, because in WWE, you don't get a W unless they let you have a W. But on the independents, it's all about what you can present with your own creative freedom, going out there having the kind of match you want to have. I remember when we had our first DPW match, I was talking to Mason. I was like, dude, we gotta fucking go in this match. We gotta have exactly the kind of match that people do not expect us to have. And we're absolutely...
We did. We fit a 20-minute match in 14 minutes, and we were only 2 minutes over our time.
We stuffed it. We were stuffing spots and false finishes and crazy-ass moves because we knew we had to. Because when
that's
we had to
independent
show
wrestling, baby.
100%. 100%.
Terry Taylor, Red Rooster, God rest his soul.
He's alive. He's 100% alive. He's still...
No, we're dead to him now.
He's still roostering somewhere.
That's true. Yeah, it's incredible. And the match that we're gonna have at Effie's, it's not gonna be a fucking. We're not gonna be lazy there either. We're gonna have.
We don't need to drop somebody on their head.
No, we don't have to drop Effie or Allie on their heads. Although we might.
They want to.
We might. But
unless
it's still gonna be just as entertaining and just as exciting, because we can adapt to both styles, and we're happy to do so.
I was gonna say that about I did notice that with the Miracle Generation match, you managed to get the safety police out after hitting the centerfold one time, so that's pretty awesome. Also, congrats on having a successful finisher, because it obviously people think you killed him.
Exactly. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that people think or know that move kills people, because it's a finish and it should.
Look, Dustin Waller plays build mode Fortnite. He deserves whatever's coming.
God, he's like 22 or 21, right? Yeah, I don't feel bad for killing him.
That's what the weird thing is, being on the independents now, is in WWE. I mean, I'm a little bit older than Mansoor, but like, we were the youngest guys in the locker room for the most part. We were the babies. So I've had multiple matches with numerous 21, 22, 23-year-olds where I feel like I'm the Undertaker now, and I'm like, all right, kids, let's learn to slow down and listen to the crowd here.
I can't stand it.
It's so weird, and they're so talented. Every one of these young kids that we've stepped in the ring with are so good already, which is insane.
I hate it. I hate their guts. It drives me nuts. I feel like a fucking boomer. At 28, I came up.
Boomer.
Oh my god, especially because when I was their age, I was not at the level they were at. I don't know what they put in the food they're feeding these kids in their fucking Lunchables nowadays, but they're way better than I was.
They're like 19 and they're 18 and 19. They're even younger than like 21 and 22. It's crazy these days. It's sickening at this point. Mace, I just saw a clip of you talking to the homie. Shout out to Muscle Man Malcolm, and we're talking about facing off with Brock Lesnar and them thinking, oh, well, you're way bigger than most people expected. Coming to the independents, you're about to be a gigantic...
I'm Andre the Giant.
You're going to be the biggest guy in every building you go into. Is there going to be an adjustment, or are you just going to come in big booting everybody?
Honestly, the adjustment is dependent on the booker. No pun intended. Booker in my match at Reality Wrestling a couple of weeks ago told me to stop slip sliding around like a little freak because I'm 8 feet tall. And so if if the person booking the show wants to see me, pull down the strap and be Andre the Giant, shout out to Andrew Everett. I'm willing to do that. That makes my life a lot easier. But having been repressed for like 8 years and not been able to do moves in 8 years, I kind of just want to do moves and do stuff. So it's up to Mansoor to kind of reel me in, especially in these tag team matches. But thankfully he made me take all the bumps last week. So
I feel so bad. Okay, so in WWE, Mace would take maybe one bump a match, maybe if any. If any.
That's not your job there to bump.
It's
not
my
at all.
job.
But with this match with Miracle Generation at DPW, it just the way it ended up, he took
Mansoor's
all the big
Mansoor's
moves.
on the plane. We're talking the match back and forth, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take the heat," and I'm like, "Yeah, you will." And then we didn't really factor in the fact that we're not doing a 2-minute WWE TV match. We're doing an independent, multiple layers, multiple false finishes.
Oh yeah.
And so he took the
just
heat.
the way I like it.
I just happened to take the first falsie, the second falsie, the third falsie.
He took a German. He's oh god, it's been how many years since you took a fucking German suplex?
I haven't taken a German ever.
Ever? Yeah, he took a German suplex. He took a superplex off the
Who's
top
Germaning
rope.
me?
Seriously,
It's the
bro, who's
image.
gonna hit
So-
you with a German?
The
I
thing is, psychologically, if you see these two guys doing a fucking falsie on him, it's way more believable as a finish because I just did it on the biggest guy. So that's my fucking thinking when I make Mason take all those moves, and I'm sure he's feeling it in his hips now.
No, my hips are big and strong. You don't have
Hips
to worry
don't
about
lie.
my hips.
Birthing hips.
Hey, look. You wrestle the independent wrestling IWTV tag champions, although that was a DPW in a non-title match. You gotta go to the northeastern U.S. to challenge for those belts.
Wow, Mason's from there.
That's
He's
where
from-
I'm from.
But
That's where I'm from.
current reigning C4 wrestling tag champion Puff in the
Puff!
chat here. They trying to come to C4?
I'm trying to go everywhere, Puff.
Is that a challenge, Puff? Are you
Is that live on stream?
Are you in?
Yeah.
That's in the chat. Are you and Pretty Ricky gonna put the?
Oh, Pretty Ricky is not prettier than us. That's for damn
Yeah.
sure.
Listen.
Shit.
Let's settle the
Oh,
score.
true.
Let's settle the score whenever, wherever. C4, we'll come all over you. We'll come everywhere.
Yeah. We'll come all over and inside you.
We'll come everywhere and we'll come all over the people watching. You understand? Because we are the most attractive, the most dastardly handsome tag team in all of professional wrestling, not just the
And we'll drop
independents.
you on your neck.
And we'll drop you on your goddamn head. Maybe not you, maybe your partner.
Pretty Ricky. Yeah.
Inshallah,
I wanna see it on
Pretty
Puff,
Ricky's
you
a little
guys.
bit smaller.
Yeah, I'm hoping Ricky's a little yeah.
Yeah. Pretty Ricky gets the centerfold.
Yeah, good.
Centerfold.
You love it, right? It's a great name for a
It's a
finish.
good name.
It's
Come
an
on.
amazing
It would have been a
name.
great name to hear Michael Cole say out loud if we ever did it.
And we never won. So
Did you
never heard it.
guys kind of like off the bat? Because what you're talking about is you were kind of, bench players kind of called into action at certain times. Were you guys planning for this kind of run that you're on now back then of like, if we get the opportunity to really cook, this is what we're going to do? Or was it like, all right, we've kind of landed in this position. Let's see where we can go as an independent tag team?
I mean, yeah, we're not really coming up with anything new in these matches. It's all, we weren't just sitting there planning on being jobbers forever. We thought, hey, maybe if there was a false finish in one of our matches, this is what we could do here. Or I'm so big that most of the things I do look like false finishes anywhere. So it's just a matter of getting to actually do them and place them in matches and have matches that go, for a decent length.
We were lucky enough to have house show matches that, non-televised, but at the same time, we were having experience working guys like the New Day, Alpha Academy, in these matches where we did get a little bit of time. We did get to work a little more extensively on spots and sequences that were a little more exciting and a little more impactful. So I'm glad that we did that because that definitely saved my mentality, or rather save my mind, because if it wasn't for those house show loops, shit, I mean, we would have nothing. I mean, those matches were our pride and joy, and only the people of Missoula, Montana will ever know how hard we worked as the maximum. Yeah, and Europe. Thank God we had those European loops. They'll know how hard we worked as the maximum male models.
Speaking of kind of getting to work a little like more extensively and stuff, and you're just talking about having that that 14 minutes, and with Miracle Generation, you have a match coming up obviously with Bussy, and then you're a bunch of singles appearances here and there. What's been kind of like putting actually getting to kind of just take the reins with your matches and put all your just do it all your way now, instead of having like outside input and kind of direction with everything you're doing?
It kind of goes back to what Mansoor said earlier about just actually being able to make our own W's. In WWE, it's so micromanaged, and rightfully so. It's a television show where you have to go through your producer, and things need to get approved, and every camera angle needs to be organized before the match. For us to be able to, just go out on our own freedom, do what we think works, and in test, see what works, see what doesn't work, see what the crowd reacts to here, and still incorporating some of that bigger television style where you're trying to display emotions and tell a story throughout a match. It's just been a whole different adventure, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had pretty good relationships with the producers, so it was typically, especially after a while, once we started getting going and the wheels started turning on the tag team, they started to trust us. I'll never forget, like, every time we had a new house show loop with a new producer, because the producers would travel with the talent at all these shows, they'd see our match and go, holy shit, I didn't know you guys could work like that. Whether it was Abyss or Petey Williams or Tyson Kidd or Davari, all these guys were like, shit, you guys are fucking good. Like, we didn't know.
You guys would have killed it on TNA with us in 2008.
Yeah. So, it was really cool. But then when you get to TV, God, there's just so much involved with that. I mean, we have to rehearse every single little thing. Like May said, every camera angle, every spot that goes into a commercial break, every spot that comes out of a commercial break. So it's cool just to be able to flow and kind of create and build a body of work that we can be proud of, that we can build upon and say, this is what we're capable of when you leave us to our own devices.
Coming into this new kind of climate of independent wrestling, and there's independent wrestling tag team champions, a good number of very fine independent tag teams out here. What are you guys bringing that's going to separate you from the other independent tag teams, Miracle Generation, Los Suavecitos, all these great tag teams? What separates you guys from them besides, you guys were up at the dance for a long time?
Well, one thing I can think of is the fact that we're fucking huge.
Super heavyweight tag team, especially on the independents.
Everybody thinks I'm short when they think I'm short, and they meet me and they go, oh, because I'm like 206 pounds. They go, oh, I didn't know it. Yeah, it's because I stand next to a goddamn 6'9" guy. What a load of shit. I got screwed. But that's okay, because he's my best friend. You got two guys. One of them's pretty big for the indies, and the other guy's pretty big, actually very big for the world.
Yeah.
So totally. It's not just a small man, big man tag team. You got two guys who mix power and speed, and we have an impactful style, but at the same time, we're incredibly entertaining, charismatic. We're doing two gimmicks at the same time.
We go both ways.
We swing both ways. We promote your shows creatively, in the sense that we have this big audience through Twitch. We came out to DPW, and the announcer was like, where do you want me to announce you guys from? And I said, just say we're coming from our Twitch stream. We got to put that over. We're just like I said,
always working.
We're Swiss Army wrestlers. I mean, we learned by being the maximum male models how to take something and make it our own and put enough of our personality into something. Because I would say that the gimmick that we do when we're just MXM, like in DPW, is essentially just ourselves, like the old phrase goes, turn to 11. And I'm confident enough in our ability to charm and entertain as human beings to take that and turn that up to 11 and make it be entertaining as a professional wrestling character. So we got the work, we got the personality, we got the look, and as far as I'm concerned, those three things, once you got those in spades, then you are ace.
I would have to agree with you there. And you did mention the Twitch stream. That's actually kind of something I wanted to get to because you talked about kind of doing the work and something that right immediately upon being released, you're not long after you're both kind of making videos. You got this, you got the content train rolling already. You're not necessarily able to like wrestle anywhere for 90 days, but you certainly like made the most of that time anyway, and building hype, staying relevant, kind of generating buzz. What was that like stretch of time between of just kind of getting things ready and knowing? Although you did kind of show up at the 81 day mark after,
We did, yeah.
What was
no, to your point, it wasn't just not too long after we got fired. It was the day we got fired was our first big Twitch stream back. The day we got our calls, I hit up Mansoor and I was like, "Hey, how you feeling?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm all right." Like, "You feel like streaming?" We were like, "Yeah, let's stream." So, the 90-day thing is more or less designed to cool you off. It's made so that people forget about you and you kind of have to lay low. And because we had the opportunity to use this platform, and because one of the bigger parts of us as an act is that we're just entertaining and our chemistry together is very good, we could still do that. And we could still present that to the world and keep our names relevant. And we could do so by telling all these ridiculous stories of our time in the freaking clown world that is WWE. So we owe a lot of our relevance or anything that anybody's interested in us to that time. And it kept us very sane because I could not imagine if we were doing nothing for 90 days.
It's a bit of time, yeah.
81 days. Because we
81
break the
days.
rules. Yeah, we're outlaws.
You guys didn't get in trouble for that?
Nope.
Not
Nice.
legally.
Not yet. So
Excellent.
Big Gay Brunch is this weekend. Big show going on. There's a crazy card announced. You guys have been announced for this. What are you going to bring to Big Gay Brunch? Ali and Effie, they're waiting for this beat down. This is going to be your second match back, right, to the Independents. What are you guys going to bring different? That's going to be in than you did in DPW. And what are some of your goals, I think, coming into, and what are you going to do as an independent tag team?
I
So,
think
whenever they have a Hell in a Cell match, and, Finn Balor is going into Hell in a Cell, and he needs to go to that dark place. He needs to find that evil within himself to thrive in that environment, right? When he has to become Big Gay Brunch is a certain type of environment, that we need to bring out the darkest part of ourselves in order to thrive amongst the brunchies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we're going to go back to that dark place, and we're going to bring it on Saturday at Big Gay Brunch.
Yeah, I think that people are going to be very impressed with just how quickly we flipped that switch and go from the match we had at DPW to the match we're going to have at Big Gay Brunch. Ali and Effie, of course, incredibly over professional wrestlers as a team who made themselves. I mean, I'm so impressed by people like that. Danhausen, Warhorse, all these professional wrestlers who didn't have their cup of coffee in WWE, but still managed to make themselves commodities and names on the independent scene.
And not only that, but they did it in a time where it was very hard to do it. Like in the past couple of years, it's been very hard on the independent scene. And I've seen that just from, friends and knowing that, post-pandemic, it's taken a while for it to come back. And those are the type of people that, because they were so consistent and they are over and people love them, those are the people that kept the independents alive through this time and even allow us to be able to come back to it.
Effie. Shout out to Effie.
Shout out to Effie.
Love Effie. Love Effie. All right. Well, before we wrap up and get you guys out of here, it is it is Rumble weekend. There is a bunch of other wrestling happening around Tampa. Where else do you have coming up besides just Big Gay Brunch this weekend? And I know Mansoor, you're wrestling at GCW on Friday night as well, right?
That is correct. We are also going to Poland.
We're taking
Oh.
a walk to
What?
Poland.
Oh, shout out to my motherland. Hello.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, our first,
I've been on multiple podcasts, said I'm going to Poland, and then they said it's my motherland. What is it with American Polish podcasters?
Something about like first generation North American children of Polish immigrants just love their pro wrestling. I don't know what it is. That's just how it be apparently.
Yeah, that's our first international date. One of many, but the only one we can talk about right now. I'm gonna be in Texas February 17th for Revolver. And then the next week we're both going to be in Montana for Flashback Pro Wrestling.
Right.
Mace, I know that you have some singles dates.
Yeah, I'm going to be also in Texas for Reality of Wrestling next month. I think that's announced because I announced it on our schedule that I just posted a few minutes ago. So hopefully I'm not getting in trouble. But yeah,
that's been the hardest part of this thing is like not knowing when to talk about dates. Because we're booked up until May. Like, every weekend we're working. So, it's like, what are we allowed to talk about? What are we not allowed to talk about?
Oh.
Yeah. So, Mace, February 10th, you're working Reality of Wrestling in Texas.
Yes.
Oh,
we're
and
together. We're together a lot in the next month. Or so.
March 16th, we'll be at Glory Pro in St. Louis,
Oh,
Missouri.
sweet.
And then the next day, the next morning, we're going to be at the Wrestling Guys store for a signing. And then later that day, we're going to be at Pandemonium Pro in Los Angeles. I'm sorry. Yeah, later that day. So, yeah, we're keeping busy.
Hell yeah, that's a good schedule. There's I like hearing that you're booked up till May. There's a particular week in April that I'm interested to see what you guys have planned for, because I'm sure that you have plenty of plans on that week that we just won't hear about for another couple of weeks. Where else, like, out in the, plug all your stuff. Where can people find you out in the digital world?
You can find me on Twitter at Great Black Otaku, on Instagram, same thing, and most importantly on Twitch, Great Black Otaku, where we stream 2 to 3 times a week. We tell stories like we did today, and we also play TEW, where we book the year 2006. It's a lot of fun. It's critically acclaimed, and it kept us alive during our 90-day non-compete clause.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, actually all socials pretty much, at Suave Mansoor, SUAVEMANSOOR. I got a link tree where you can check out my Cameo, our merch, all kinds of good stuff. And check out our TikTok and Instagram page, The Insiders TV, Insiders with a Z, where you can see really wonderful clips put together by our talented editor, CM Origins, of stories that we tell about our time in WWE. They're hilarious.
Oh, and follow us on YouTube, where we post the VODs from Twitch. But we have some stuff coming up that I think you guys are really gonna enjoy.
Yeah, I did hear a little bit about that on your Twitch stream yesterday. Do watch their Twitch channel. Very funny stuff. They'll show you the true meaning of how to use cage match, which is just to guess wrestling cage match ratings.
That's what it's for, right?
I saw that. I saw that. What do I use cage match for? Discourse. No, I'm like, yeah, it's for guessing ratings with your friends.
You can see the chat right now. They're ooking. They're ooking out.
They're ooking out in the chat.
Do you know what ook is? Ook is something that we made up on our stream because we have this theory, this Austin theory, that the only thing you need to get over is a 1-syllable catchphrase.
Because at the end of the day, the fans are just they're just monkeys. They're
cavemen. They're cavemen. And all you need to do is get them to go ook, 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 and bam, you'll get over. You'll be a huge star.
Checks out, honestly.
There's definitely science behind that.
Seriously.
For sure. There's gotta be. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us. I'm really happy that we can get you guys on here. And all the best to you getting out there, getting all these bookings, and showing people what you got cooked up and what's coming up from MXM. Thank you very much again. Have a great day.
Thanks for having us.
Reg,
You,
happy
what's up?
Wednesday,
What's
dude.
up? Hey, what's going on, man? I'm happy to be back here on Indeed. It feels like it's been a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. 2 weeks is like it that 1 week gap just feels like forever.
It's crazy. And I was thinking about it. I posted that thing what I last week was Women of Podcast Week, and if I would have did the podcast, Veda would have been in there too. Like, I really just screwed this whole thing up. Not by in there. Shout out to Veda. It's just like that last week was an accident, you guys. It won't happen again.
No.
We're here to give you all the best independent wrestling you can talk about. It's crazy, Mike. Yeah, they WrestleMania weekend, I guess, is coming up. People are getting geared up. They're announcing things. And I'm still on the fence, but I'll probably end up being out there. It's like, it's different at this point because like 10 years ago, it was like all about independent wrestling weekend. Like, that's the point of going. Like, you see the best independent wrestling and things are
Yeah.
away. And you end up at a certain point. Now it's like, independent, there's WrestleMania weekend, every couple weeks somebody's having a super show, or there's straight up week festivals. Like, there's weekends worth of wrestling all the time, so it doesn't exactly hit the same as it used to.
Yeah, to a degree, I will say that it's obviously you get like a lot of super premier names in one spot for a week,
Right.
and it's like so that the opportunities open up a little more at Mania week than any other week. It feels like, but realistically, like you get these crazy super shows so often now that it's like this year feels a little different to me because there are so many like people that have hit free agency, people
Right.
who I think that also like that plays a lot into it too. Is like there's going to be some people showing up for their first independent stuff, maybe like ever or in years.
True.
So that always adds something different to it. The announcement that I saw, it has nothing to do with the collective or Mania Week or anything. But did you see that Great Sasuke is going to be in the fucking Jersey J Cup?
Dude, yes. This morning I woke up and saw that and was like, what? What do you mean?
What an amazing random entrant, and I hope he makes it through like a couple of rounds. That'll be awesome.
Like the work that they've been doing in JCW, and I don't think the J Cup is free. I think it might be broadcasted on Triller TV, but the way that they do their shows, for most of their shows are free. You can watch them online. Battle Bowl, I just watched very recently for free online. And them bringing back this tournament last year was a banger. They had some fire ass matches, fire entrants. But this year to have like the guy that started the J Cup and one of the Japanese wrestling gods there, is like, this is way different. Things are going to be crazy. I see all the wrestlers putting in their bid like, please, let it be me. Let it be me.
Yeah, everybody and their dog is trying to get that first round matchup with Sasuke. That's crazy. Did you happen to catch any of that DPW show from the week? Like any of the DPW from the weekend? There was
I didn't get to see the full thing. I saw some clips of it though. It looked pretty fire. We got to get like a full in-depth DPW discussion or something here on the show.
Yeah, we definitely do. It's gonna be interesting booking guests because could we talk about next month what we're doing?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I put the tweet out a few days ago. February's Black History Month, as you know. So we're gonna try to do something a little bit special over here. Want to try to pay tribute to Black independent wrestling. So I'm gonna have a month worth of Black independent wrestlers here, hopefully having some guest hosts. Some wrestlers, everybody has seen the tweet. A lot of wrestlers have put in their bid. Get in here and just talk some independent wrestling, the best Black independent wrestling. I make the BW 500, of course. So bunch of numbers from that. Mike's going to bow out respectfully like a real friend should. And let me take the reins of this for Black History Month. But I'm super excited because that's my MO. I got here off of, going to bat and going to war for Black wrestling. So I'm going to try to pay tribute here and do some roundtables, I think is what we're going down to, because I think specifically on the show, we've had so many fun roundtables. I think if I do a couple of black wrestling ones, we get down to some brass tacks facts. I think it'll be dope.
Honestly, too, you had so many replies to the tweet. I'd like
It was too many.
you need to do an episode every day to get all the people to try to get everybody who replied on as a guest.
I love it.
Yeah. Roundtables are definitely gonna have to be the way, but and yeah, I'm gonna sit out for a month. I'm not going to be not here. I'm actually gonna just be sitting off screen, like still producing the show. Doing all my normal other stuff that I do while I'm like actively here talking. But yeah, what like we don't really need the white guy on a podcast this month. So like I have nothing to contribute to the conversation. This is listening and learning time for me. So that's what I'm using the month for. And if you happen to look anything like me, I highly encourage you to do the same. Don't like skip out on the show, please. Like watch and learn some stuff, because I guarantee
it's not just for black wrestling fans.
Yes, this is going to be
everybody.
There's going to be some great conversation, I can guarantee. So like I can't wait for it. I'm very excited to just do this for the whole month. That's going to be awesome.
And it's a cool variety of people that could be featured. There's some world champions in there. There's some women's wrestlers. There's some beginners. There's some middles. There's some advanced. Like, I'm really excited about kind of presenting. I have this idea of the way to present it, and I think it'll be really dope. So yeah, look out for that coming in February. Rest in peace to Ice Train. I don't know what show I would say that on, but I want to say that on some show, because that guy was black wrestling when black wrestling didn't exist anywhere. When there was 4 black wrestlers on TV, he was one wrestler there. And rest in peace to that guy. It's crazy. All these wrestlers just pass away and they don't get their flowers. They deserve their flowers. I'm going to try to do something a little more in depth for the homie. I'm thinking writing or something, because he deserves it. So rest in peace to the homie.
Fire and Ice fucking ruled as a tag team, by the way.
Come on, man.
Oh my God.
That formula of 2 big bruisers, that's just such a classic, timeless formula.
That child Mike watching some WCW as a kid, that is, give me those dudes all day.
Fire and Ice, great name too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got anything? I know you saw an announcement from West Coast Pro today that you're talking about you needing some floor space to get your spinning off. Got some lucha shit happening at Ill Mannered.
Yes, of course. I can't have an Indeed the week of West Coast Pro without talking about the show. Tonight, if you guys are around in the area, Bay Area, at the West Coast Pro Wrestling Academy, they're having a student showcase. I have a podcast, so I won't be able to be there. You guys, please put it on a different day so I can go one day. But if you are interested, I think they were running a deal. You can try. If you want to go and check it out, you're interested in becoming a wrestler, West Coast Pro. There's students that are on the shows, or that were students, did this showcase and went on to the show, like West Coast Pro, one of the hottest independent West Coast promotions in the world. So that just shows you the dedication. If you do that, that's where you can land. But that's leading to this Saturday, Ill Mannered main event. The West Coast Pro champion, Starboy Charlie, is going to take on Alpha Zoe. We've had Alpha Zoe on the pod. We talked about his come up from little young guy to this dedicated to the gym, being in Japan for some time now, having an excursion. Very exciting times. Titus and Vinny are also out in Japan, having an amazing time out in Dragon Gate and doing these amazing things that I didn't know was possible. Shout out to Scott for kind of orchestrating this whole thing, being kind of the Geppetto and behind the scenes, playing all the buttons and doing all the things. Awesome for my crew. But yeah, this Saturday, they're bringing me a lucha banger, Scott, Mike. I'm high. I'm sorry. They're bringing me a lucha banger. I get to watch some flipping and spinning up close and personal. I'm super excited about it because they did at the last LA show. They had a match like this, and I was jealous. I tweeted, I said, if you don't bring me one of these 6-man lucha bangers, I'm going to be upset. And this Saturday, it's going to happen. We are back at the Irish Cultural Center, San Francisco, not South San Francisco, but San Francisco. This is going to be some exciting stuff, Mike. West Coast Pro shows feel like family. I haven't seen my family in a minute, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's a crazy show. The match that we're just talking about is El Cucuy and Los Vipers versus La Estrella, Aramis, and Iron Kid.
There's not enough space for everybody to flip. I'm excited to see people getting landed on. Have you seen people get landed on at shows? Because they say every independent show, if you've been to one, they say at the beginning, if a wrestler comes flying at you, get out of the way. But somehow new wrestling fans never hear that part. And every time a wrestler comes flying at them, I've seen it at West Coast Pro, somebody get moonsaulted. I'm like, dude, move.
So it's weird for me at wrestling shows because like I also go to hardcore shows.
Yep.
And so I'm very much like I like to watch things from up close perspective. So I usually sit ringside for a wrestling show. I will try to stand at the front of the stage or as close as I possibly can at any hardcore show or music or concert that I'm going to. So like I'm so used to catching stage divers and having people land on me.
So you're trying to catch wrestlers, is what
and
you're
I'm just like, well, it's just like I'm like, oh yeah, I should move because this is different. You know, it's
very different.
So there's like, move. It's like you don't also
move.
Just move, please. I will say though, shout out to me, because I am the base god of stage dive catchers.
Yep.
I am the gringo loco
of
catching people who dive off of stage at hardcore shows. If you want to not get dropped when you're jumping off the stage, look for me.
Mike will even sacrifice his face to do it. I've seen.
That was that was the time, and that's also where I caught my cold. So like that, I got
double whammy.
I went out for one night and got super fucked up.
And then you missed that you were going to go to a show, right? A wrestling show.
I was sick, so I didn't want to be like guy going out into the community while I'm sick, and you know, like I still sound kind of congested today, and it's been like a week and a half. So you can imagine last week I was just droplets everywhere. And
droplets.
I was the droplet guy, just everywhere. So yeah, I actually missed 3 wrestling shows last week.
Oh damn!
I had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekend planned out.
Come on.
Yeah, so I ended up missing. I missed Demand Lucha on Thursday, which
the triple threat match.
Yes, which included that triple threat match. But I was so sick I barely felt like getting out of bed that day still. So and then Friday I started to feel pretty decent, but I still wanted to, stay home and be safe. Same with Saturday. And next time I'm out, there's Alpha 1 on February 4th. That's like my next time out in
Better
the
get in a
community
bubble
for some wrestling. Look, now my immunity is going to be nice and high. Just like the rest of me, I'll be out at Alpha 1. It'll be a great time. I'll be able to give everybody high fives.
What? This pandemic and COVID and shit really killed the Blunt Cipher. Shout out to being at a wrestling show because everybody wants to get high. And if you are networking, you know how important a cipher is. I've made some deals of a lifetime in a cipher, and this pandemic is just destroying it. It's still like, because everybody's coughing. I'm like, I don't want to share with you, dude. You're nasty. I've gotten sick in a cipher.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about is that so I know I'll be good by the show, but I feel bad every time I'm at a show now because I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to? So my new strategy is I just bring a ton of pre-rolls with me, right? And if somebody is giving me the you might be sick vibe, I just give them their own pre-roll.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm just like, here, this is for you. It's okay.
Mhm.
It's okay. We'll face these. Don't worry. It's cool. Well, it's
I'm always
that's
just like in the moment though. I'm like, oh, the homie, what's up, the homie? And then I'm like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do
yeah.
that. Or like it's one homie, and you're like, oh, it's just gonna be one homie, and then 10, at the end it's like 10 people. You're like, oh shit,
People
I
walk
didn't
up.
want this.
People walk up. Hey, can I get in on that? It's like
Mhm.
I barely know you. I just kind of see you around here, but like I
Yeah.
guess
But
so.
look, that's how you make all these friends.
That's
Now you're
that,
talking to 10 different people. You guys are vibing, everybody's smoking, you're loving the
exactly.
wrestling. Like it's hard to replicate that. We got to figure out a way.
Yeah, yeah. There's got to be like we got to find the germ-free way of doing this.
Rest in peace
Yeah,
to
like
the cipher.
what are we all gonna do? Stand around and like eat our own edible together, and then wait 45 minutes?
That doesn't hit the same, man. Don't hit the
Exactly.
same.
Exactly.
Oh, you done with your
Okay.
brownie?
Yeah. You feeling that yet? No.
No.
Y- Meanwhile, your other friend is like lost. They've gone dug in the hangover. You can't find them in the morning.
One of your friends is in the ring. You're like, wait, no, you're not supposed to be in there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still real for him, damn it.
I'm saying gets tricky out there. It gets
Yeah.
yo. Use with caution, you guys. Don't run into the ring.
No, yeah. Oh God, please. Yeah,
I
don't.
hate that we still have to have these lessons, but I still see at shows, especially when at drunk shows, the
Mhm.
LA GCW shows, I always think someone's gonna run in there. And like there's a vibe on the LA GCW crowd. I'm
Yeah.
always like, dude, don't run in there. You're gonna get murdered. They never do, but they get really close all the time.
Yep. Yep. Not gonna name names because we don't want to give him any glory. But he got stomped out by Jacob Fatu once. He got kicked. He got kicked by Daniel Garcia a couple times.
Still
You know,
hasn't learned, man. After Fatu, you're still like that. This is crazy.
uh, uh, yeah. So I'm again not gonna name names. Have a friend who's an LA a fan regular. So
Mhm.
I hear some things about the LA crowd sometimes, and I
So,
I'm really it's really funny because I'm like, wow, fans are like, not only is wrestling kind of different in different regions, but like
yep.
fans are even kind of
Yep.
different in different regions, and that's something
Mhm.
that's like you don't really realize it because you're just used to being at the shows that you go to until
Mhm.
you hear about it from someone else, or you like, things like LA where the same things keep kind of happening and you're like, what's up with these people? You
Yeah,
know?
it's like the
So
GCW where they have the shows. It's like off of Melrose in LA. It's like a way different environment than most wrestling shows are presented in. So you get fans off the street. Like the vibes are at LA wrestling shows, especially independent shows, are
mhm,
so different. It's kind of like Hood Slam here in Oakland. Of like you wouldn't expect some of these people to be in the crowd. So some of them don't know how to act. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they are at some point. So it gets interesting, and sometimes the line gets very fine.
why is it that the line manages to get crossed in LA, but then like you go a few hours north to Oakland and it's like, no, we're good. We'll stay on our side of the we see the line, we're not crossing it.
And it's funny because the media would tell you that Oakland's crazy. You would think all the Hood Slam shows, people are getting ripped apart at this point. But no, it's just like a different, like it's funny that you bring that up. I never get that vibe at Hood Slam of anybody's going to run in the ring. There's a bunch of first timers every single time, but they're just like, oh, a wrestling show. This is chill, or let me get another drink, or nothing of that sort. The LA fans are just like, we're drunk and I want to fight. I'm in this match. And it's like, you're not in this match, dude. Like, you should probably relax. They always cross the line, and GCW keeps it. I always think, are they going to do something about it in the next show? It happens again. So I don't know, man. Did Brett ever respond to our little tweet that we put out? Where you at, Brett? Why you hiding
Yeah.
from us?
Come on, Brett.
Why you hiding? Just come on the show, man. We love GCW. We talk about GCW all the time.
Constantly.
Brett,
Constantly.
Brett,
Watching it this weekend.
Brett.
Both shows.
We talked. The show is a GCW affiliate. WrestleMania weekend is all GCW. That's all I do. I write an article every single year, being like the GCW show, specifically for the culture show for the last 3 years, dude. Come on, we give it up over here.
I go on other podcasts and preview the collective every year.
Brett,
Come on, Brett.
come on, Brett. Come on, Brett. But no, for reals, Brett, come talk to us.
I feel like we've said Brett so much it doesn't sound like a real name anymore.
Brett.
Brett.
Brett. I gotta stop giving us a show at this point, I think.
Yeah. What happened to Indeed? Oh, Indeed screwed Indeed.
Yeah, exactly. Like how you brought it back around. See, Mike, you're good at this. You're good at this.
Hey, I know. People should pay me to do more work.
You saw that Akira tweet? I added you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I like to edit videos and make money. So like coincidentally, pay me to edit videos.
I'm saying, you got cash. A lot of people want videos edited these days. I like how that we kind of talked about it with Mason Mansoor of like the new crop of generation is everybody's trying to get some professional videos. Everybody's investing in, not everybody, but a lot of people are investing in cooler videos because they see like now we're seeing like the traction that a video can get online. Like AEW fans are making videos and the wrestlers and the company are retweeting it, and anything like that could get traction so quickly, and you're seeing an increase in it. So yeah, man, hop right in there. It's time, I think.
Yeah, honestly, like speaking of which, shout out to him, but Von Vertigo, he wrestled Mustafa Ali at C4 last Friday. It aired on IWTV last night, but that's someone who does so much work to promote his matches outside of just like he'll tweet about his match. He'll actually take the time to film, edit. It helps him that he works as a video edit. Does like video editing work as in his day job anyway. But like takes the time to actually make these things for his matches and kind of transfer his skill set over. And it's really shown with like some of the opportunities that have come his way now, and like a lot of the way he's able to promote and present himself. You see a lot of people doing that. MXM, literally, like that's kind of that thing that Effie was talking about when he was here, is that difference of what's setting some people who come off of TV, they come out into the independent scene, and it's like some people just do the like, hey, I was on TV 90 days ago. Give me money to be on your show.
Yep.
And then you have the people like MXM and, like AJ Francis, Matt Cardona, who's been doing it, almost like made the blueprint for how to be a successful, former TV star.
Independent wrestler of the year for like the last 4 years, like far away. He wins
like,
every time.
Like for as far as a way to transfer your name value as a former TV star into like the modern independent wrestling landscape, Matt Cardona is the MVP of it.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's like established the standard for how to do it at the highest possible level now.
Like he like there's wrestlers that are looking with this wide landscape of WWE's making $1 billion deals, AEW's killing it. There's wrestlers that are looking at Effie and Matt Cardona and thinking, well, maybe I could just do that. Like that, they're making money. They're overseas. They're booked every single weekend. They're over everywhere that they go. Maybe that's a viable option for me when it didn't. It used to be like independent wrestling. It's like I'm gonna get in and try to get a big contract and get out. But like these guys are showing, no, you could be a hot independent wrestler, make a lot of money, and have the best time.
I'm really interested to see what names kind of we get to add to this conversation as time goes on, and like people make that investment in themselves and their they're kind of like brand and their content. Like on an independent level, even Speedball with his vlogs, his Twitch streaming and stuff like that. Like it's it's there's shit. We had BMD here 2 weeks ago, and our chat has never been so active ever in an episode before, and it was entirely mostly like his Twitch community coming over here to see what his podcast appearance ended up being like, and
it's the communities that hearing what he said of like wrestling is almost a side business to my Twitch thing, and like that's becoming the norm of people being like, I'm also a wrestler, but I'm really doing my thing over here with these Twitch. I got this community, I got these family members that come and join me every day. I think that's really awesome, kind of adding on to it. But don't forget about the graps, you guys. We like wrestling too.
Yeah.
I know
yeah.
wrestling probably don't pay as much as the damn Twitch streams at this point, which is crazy.
Good job on your side hustles, everybody.
Straight up.
All right, Raj, we've been at this for about an hour, so let's wrap it up for the week. Next week, I'm gonna be gone for a month. So find me at Alpha One, Sunday, February 4th.
No, we got one more week. I was looking at the calendar.
Wait, do we really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not February yet.
Next week is the 31st.
Yeah.
I didn't book us a guest.
Dates.
I got the calendar all fucked up.
Something.
I'll figure it out. I'll find us.
Maybe we'll have a round table to kick it off.
Ooh.
Before then.
Oh man,
Puff.
yeah.
Come
Maybe
back.
Oh shit! Open the mystery door.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. But
Yeah.
well then I'll talk about all that shit then, I guess. You know. Oh, it's something I did want to say really quick though. If you go in the video description today, there's a link to a tweet, and there's also a ticket link. There's 2 ticket links. Ticket link number 1 is for Effie's Big Gay Brunch in Tampa this Saturday. There's still some tickets left. Go grab those. But ticket number 2 is for a show. It's not taking place until Sunday, or ticket link number 2 it's for a show that's not taking place until Sunday, February 18th. But grab yourself some tickets because they're homies and I want to support them. The Wrestlers Lab, Showabunga 2. It's happening at the Ridgefield Park Mecca Sunday, February 18th.
That looks fire.
Yep. Grab a ticket for that. Cards at Sade. El O'Neill versus Trevor. Gonna have Akira versus Shotgun Adams. Got Billy Dixon versus Big Daddy Adriana. It's a great show. And that tag that is that a 4-way or is that a tag match? I gotta look at that. Oh my god. But yeah, grab a ticket. Also, there's a tweet there. They have a really cool Ninja Turtles Wrestling Lab Ooze shirt. And pre-orders are open until tomorrow, so grab a shirt because it looks cool. You know, support some wrestling. They're taking sponsorships. You can sponsor some talent. Do all that.
Yep.
In the meantime, though, Reg, where could everyone find you at between now and next week?
You can find me every Wednesday here on Indeed. Mike, we talk about the best independent wrestling in the world. We got some cool stuff coming this year. Every Wednesday night, I'm on with Denise, the AEW Dynamite post shows, one of my favorite shows of the week. You know, Denise and I, silly as hell all the way through. Thursdays, I'm on with Kate. We're talking Ring of Honor, the post show. Tomorrow's Ask Grapsity, so definitely tune in for that. Got some cool, fun stuff with that. And then every Saturday is Grapsity, Righteous Reg, Phil Lindsay, talking the best wrestling of the week. Always exciting stuff. I think I might be on with Denise doing a Royal Rumble show sometime this weekend, a post show. So I'll see you guys.
Hell yeah. As for me, Mike from Indeed everywhere across all the socials. Follow us on TikTok at Indeed Podcast. We'll have some clips from our chat with MXM up there to throughout the week. So you can share those and help us get some engagement on that side. I'll be Brunch Gimmick, Love Wrestling on Sunday. Don't really know what else I'm doing. I don't know. I do this show. That's it. It's Mike from Indeed, not Mike from anywhere else, really. So, yeah. But, if you want me anywhere else, DM me. I got free time.
Yep.
We'll talk. In the meantime, go to a show, buy some merch, watch some streams, watch Big Gay Brunch on Saturday. And
West
we'll
Coast
see you
Pro
next.
too.
Yes, West Coast Pro. Oh my
No
God.
matter.
So many shows again every weekend.
That's where I'll be.
It's the best. All right. Have a good week. We'll see you on Wednesday.